Hello and welcome to day 3 of Money Manifesting Masterclass. It's so exciting to have you here. So today we are really going to unpack the ask, believe, receive, that little part. Not little, also a big part, but it's going to be fantastic. So let me get into the Facebook group so that I can get this started. Love it, love it, love it. So make sure you have printed out your workbook and you have that in front of you because we will be using some of the information from there. Okay, I got the wrong live. Here we go. This is better. Hey, welcome, welcome. Those people in the Facebook group. Hey, beautifuls. Hope we are going awesome. Oh, this is so good. Love it, love it. I just love turning up here. This is awesome. Love what I do. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. Giving people a little bit of time to jump in. So welcome to day 3 of the Money Manifesting Masterclass. Make sure you have your workbook. If you don't have your workbook, that's completely fine. Just send me a message or, comment below here so that I know to send you one. Hey, Beck, how are you, beautiful? Oh, I love seeing your face too. I actually love seeing your beautiful pictures and everything. Yeah, especially today. That girl is just gorgeous. Hey, Roz. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Nicole. Really good to have you here. So if you don't have the workbook, totally fine. Just give me a message, but don't worry because you can also write this down on a piece of paper. So don't be too worried if you don't have it. Hey, Debbie. Lovely to see you. Thank you to those beautiful people jumping on. Just give it a couple more minutes. I know there's a couple of people still going to jump on who have been here every day. So we've just done day 1, which was introducing a really super simple formula that I use with my beautiful coaching clients, which is ask, believe, receive. So it sounds super simple, but it's not always easy because we're really using our old way of thinking and we're introducing this new way of being. And in the first day, we looked at ask. So we looked at getting really crystal clear. We looked at accepting compliments that came to us and getting writing a goal that really lit us up. So that's the first day. Yesterday, we were talking about believe, and we talked about money's a spiritual idea. We talked about we exist simultaneously on 3 planes: the spiritual, the intellectual, and the physical. So that might be a bit woo-woo for some of you, but this is where we really get into believing that being abundant or prosperous is our birthright, and all it is it's from within. So how we show up, how we set ourselves up is really the results that we get on the outside. And yesterday I talked about the visual representation of the mind, because in the past we thought the mind was like the brain, but we're not talking about the brain, we're talking about the mind. And there's 2 parts to the mind. We have our conscious part, which is our thinking mind, but we also have our subconscious part, which is our feeling or our emotional mind. And whatever we plant in that subconscious mind has to come to fruition, because your subconscious mind is a goal seeking mechanism. Lovely. Hey, Aggie. Oh, thank you. This is actually my pajama top. I am heading to bed after this. So that's so funny. Thank you so much. Aggie just said the blue brings out your eye color. So love it. Love it. This is awesome. Okay. Let me know how you are feeling today. Are you feeling fantastic? Are you feeling prosperous, abundant? Are you feeling like, oh my goodness, it's Friday already? This is wild, but also woot woot. So put in the chat how you are feeling. You're feeling fantastic. I can't believe how quickly these weeks go. It's, oh my goodness, it's so amazing. So absolutely love it. Could be a little rude shock next week when we have a long week, or a normal week, I should say. So beautiful. Let me know how you are going. Lovely. Oh, good. We've got a few more people that have jumped on. Hey, Anita. Hey, Ange. Hey, Rachel. Love it, love it. Aggie, yes, I went to a women's networking lunch with 3 inspirational speakers. Oh, Aggie, look at that. It's prosperity of speakers. Beck says, oh my God, it's Friday already. Woot, woot. Yes, it is Friday already. It's just wild. Anyway, I love it. I love it. So I love Friday mornings because I do a weekly wrap up with my coaches, not my coaches, my clients at 6 a.m. in the morning. And it is great. Like, usually I'm in my pajamas, but it is just so great just to connect with everybody, look for the wins in our week, look at what we can improve, go over some of the coaching that I did that week, but then also plan for the next week. What are we going to plan? Kelly. Thanks, Kelly. Excited. I'm so excited. Oh, you just wanted my singing, didn't you, Cal? Love it. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so let's get into it. So again, like we said, doing this really simple formula. Ask, believe, receive. 3 very simple things on the surface, but it sounds really simple, but it's not always easy. And that's probably what stumps people up, because what they do is they're like, oh, sweet, ask, believe, receive. Thanks so much, Gerry. This is great. I can do this. Walk out into your life. You might do it for 1 day, 2 days. By the 3rd day, it's just like, what do I do again with ask? Oh, I'm catching myself back in that old way of being. And that's perfectly, perfectly normal. So when I talk to my clients, I really talk to them about, the best investment that you can make is investing in yourself. You are your number 1 asset, because a lot of us are just, we are having a level of success in our life because, hello, look at us. People are in their own business or in their own jobs. You are here on a Thursday night. You're listening to this. You've probably got shelter, food, family, love. You're probably a part of a beautiful community. So, I mean, there's so much great things going on. But what we aren't doing is we're probably not really opening up to our full potential. It's like we're just scratching the tip of the iceberg. So the best investment you can make is investing in yourself. And obviously, like what I do with my clients is I really help them take the lid off that jar. What are the ideas that are inside of you? What are the dreams? What are the desires that you've just put the lid on and you're just keeping them there? Oh, I'll get to it one day. Oh, no, this isn't the right time. Oh, I'll start in another month. I'll start in another year. And guess what? The next day comes on, the next month, the next year, and you're like, what have I actually done? I'm exactly where I was last year, same time last year, or same time 5 years ago. Or maybe I've moved a little bit, but I'm still not really happy with where I'm going. So that's why I say the best investment you can make is investing in yourself. Aggie's like, yep, that is me. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my link in here. I want you to book in a laser call with me if you want to talk to me about this week, the ask, believe, receive. Gerry, how do I implement that in my everyday life? And really make it specific to you. So follow that link, book in a laser call, and put it in your calendar. So I've only got a few spots tomorrow. I know I'm speaking to few beautiful people on the call here tonight. I've got a few spots tomorrow. Being Friday, hello, come on. Don't want to work too hard on a Friday. And then if you can't get in tomorrow, get in next week. So follow that link, book your laser call. It'll only take a couple of minutes, if that, maybe even just 1 minute, and then put it in your diary. Beautiful. Aggie, I've got mine booked tomorrow. Yes, I love it. There's a few other people as well, Aggie, which I absolutely love. So yeah, very exciting. Oh, I'm that excited. My glasses are fogging up. That's how hot I am. Okay, so today we're doing the receive, and that's the 3rd part, and probably one of the more important parts of the ask, believe, receive, because a lot of us we think we're asking, but we're probably pushing opportunities, prosperity, abundance away. So it's really stepping into asking for what you want, but being really crystal clear on it. And there's a certain way to write your goals so that they're really positive, they're in the present tense, and they're working towards what you want. The second thing we looked at, which was yesterday, which was believe. And believe is really seeing I am a spiritual being with an intellectual mind living in this physical body. And if I can align all of those three things, I can get into vibrational harmony with what it is I want, and I can attract it to me. Bob Proctor talks a lot about the law of vibration, the law of attraction, but really the primary law is the law of vibration. And really with believe, it's about allowing everything to come to you, become that money magnet. And yesterday we went in and we looked at the affirmations, and the most important part of the affirmation was linking it with the feeling, because we really want to link it and we want to cement it into our subconscious mind. Best way to do that is through feeling. And I ran you through a visualization of that as well. So go back, listen to that. The end sort of part or close to the end is where we did a visualization. Hi, Renee. Hi, Sam. Hi, Marissa. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love this. This is fun. Okay, so let's get into the receive. So what I want you to do is I want you to imagine that wealth, abundance, prosperity, money is all coming to you through a huge hose. Now, just imagine your garden hose. You've got a garden hose, and your garden hose is at the moment kinked. There's a kink in your garden hose. And that kink represents poverty mindset, the beliefs that you don't deserve it, so limiting paradigms. It also represents your self-image. So do you see yourself as somebody who's rich, wealthy, successful? Or do you see yourself as somebody that, it's hard to get by? It's really, no pain, no gain. I can make the money, but I can also spend it just as quickly, or there's never enough money at the end of the month. So when we kink our hose, it all comes back to the beliefs, our mindset, our paradigms, and also our self-image. And something I do with my clients is we get right into your paradigms in week 2. Like we get into those negative or limiting paradigms that are stopping you from achieving your goals, stopping you from manifesting what you want, and really stepping into the life that you really do desire, where you are not just surviving, you are thriving. It is so, so exciting. So I want you to imagine your like hose in the garden, your prosperity or abundance hose. Now, it's not a garden hose. I want you to imagine like a fire hose or even something bigger. And imagine that hose just unkinking, and it never turns off. It is always, always, always on, because there's no shortage in supply. In the past, I assume that, for me to have money, I've got to take from here. It means other people will miss out. No. You think Elon Musk feels like that? Do you think, the Amazon guy, Bezos, feels like that? No. So there's no shortage in supply. There is money. There's a lot of money circulating and always circulating, because when times are in boom, you will see people that are barely getting by. And when there's times that are in bust, or the economy and, we're going through a global financial there'll be times where people, there'll still be people who are rich, wealthy, and prosperous. So there's nothing wrong with supply. What it comes down to is your mindset, is your beliefs, is your paradigms, and your self-image. Do you see yourself as that person? And with your self-image, you can't outperform a poor self-image. So you need to start from the inside out. And that's huge. That is huge. So just know that that's the first step. So imagine your hose of prosperity isn't just your little garden hose. It is a huge fire hose, and it is always turned on. And nobody is lacking from you having more. In fact, you're giving other people permission to step into their wealth and abundance. So know that you can do that too. Okay, give me a yes if you love that. Give me a yes in the chat, because that is huge. Just knowing that you have this prosperity hose or abundance hose, it is always turned on, and it is just copious and copious amounts of abundance, prosperity, and wealth all coming towards you. Love it. Thanks, Aggie. That's awesome. Okay, So in your booklets, I actually have the 333 page. I'm not getting up because I do have my star pajamas on. It's still on the printer. So just imagine I've got the page where it's the 333 and then it's got a T. So let me just draw it on this piece of paper here. Oh, no. I'm not going to put everybody through seeing my pajamas. Okay, this is what I want you to draw on your piece of paper. Now, this is the 333 technique. Now, this is what Bob Proctor has actually learnt through one of his clients. So in Canada, because that's where Bob is originally from or was originally from, back in the late 80s, there was a tornado that went through one of the towns in Canada, and it, wiped out a lot of the buildings. There were some fatalities, but Bob Templeton, who at the time was the manager of a radio station, he went through the township that had been destroyed and he was really moved to help them. And he went back to his executives and he said, what I want us to do is I want us to raise $3 million in 3 days from now over a time period of 3 hours. And when he said this, his room of executives were just like, you're mad, you're crazy. And he said, no. I didn't say, I didn't ask you how. I said, are you interested? This is what I want to do. Are you interested in joining me doing this? And they then were like, yep, okay. So what he said is draw the 333 at the top because it's 3 million in 3 days' time in a 3-hour period. And he said, draw a T. And on one side, I want you to write can't. And on the other side, I want you to write can. And then he said, put a huge cross through the can't. So what I want you to do is I want you to write your goal at the top of your page. So if your goal is to receive, create, earn, $100,000, $1 million, $5 million, $10 million, $20,000 in a month, like whatever it is, write your goal at the top of the page. And then I want you to do that T. And I want you to write can't on one side and I want you to write can on the other side. Beautiful. Now, in the can't, do a huge cross through it. So what Bob did is he said, right, let's brainstorm ways that we can do this. And if anybody comes up with a reason why we can't or an idea that, this won't work, everybody needs to yell out, next. And so the room brainstormed these ways. And the first one came up and they're like, well, what if we did a telethon? And then we ran it all over Canada. And someone in the room was like, no, that won't work. And then just a little voice at the back yelled out, next. And they were like, oh. And so someone else suggested another idea. And someone was about to come in with a reply or, we can't do this. And the whole room got in and they're like, next. So what the 333 method allows you to do is come up with ideas of how you can achieve your goal, how you can achieve your money manifesting goal, desire, dream. And the best part is you have the answer within you, because you wouldn't have had that goal, you wouldn't have had that money idea if you weren't also capable of achieving and receiving. So with receive, we also need to get into the physical side, because, we are a spiritual being with an intellectual mind, but we live in this physical body. So we need those 3 areas to align. So we've done the getting crystal clear on what we want. We've done the next part, which is believing, getting into the connection with and the vibrational harmony with the goal that we've want. Now we've got to get into the physical, into the receive. And there's a law called the law of cause and effect. So what I am doing, the cause that I'm doing goes out into the universe and then comes back to me as the results, the effect. So I love this stuff. It lights me up. So that's the 333 method. And that is such a great one. Brainstorm this with your kids. Like, if you've got a family problem, how are we going to solve this problem? What can we do? Or if you've got a family goal, how are we going to achieve this goal? Do a 333. Do it with your work colleagues. Do it in a business setting. The end of that story with Bob Templeton was they ended up connecting like all over across Canada. They ended up having rival radio stations work together, make well over $3 million in just 3 hours and 3 days from the time that Bob had that idea. So just really inspiring stuff. There is no limit to what you can do, be, and have. And that's why, you know, when we do coaching, you're really untapping the potential within. You're unlocking. It's like that glass jar. You're taking the lid off and you're like, what can I do, be, and have? There's just limitless. Okay. The next part I want to do, which is a bit more of a practical part as well, is make space for the good to come in. Make space for the prosperity and abundance to come in. So anytime I feel like my prosperity hose is turned off or slightly kinked, I just go back and I'm like, you know what? If I clear space, if I clear that drawer, if I clean out our house, if I, you know, even remove the dirt or dust or cobwebs from my house, then I'm making space for the good to flow in. So Denise Duffield Thomas, she talks about shaving your legs is making space for prosperity, wealth, and abundance to come in. So go around and have a look at those things that you can tidy, clear, tick off the to-do list. Maybe you've got something that's stagnant or stuck, because remember, money is always in circulation. So if it gets stuck or kinked, it's out of circulation. So, excuse me, go back and see what is stuck or feels heavy or kinked in your life, in your home, in your office, maybe even in your friendships. Maybe there's something you haven't been saying that you need to say, either to your friends, your partner, anything like that. Just really look at clearing the space. Oh, beautiful. Elsa did this with us, clearing our desks at the end of each night and clearing out a room. Mwah, I love it. Oh, she's clever. So that's right, clearing the space, allowing all that goodness and awesomeness to fill. You know, what do I want? Do I want this stagnant energy, or do I want to create new, exciting, prosperous energy in this space? So ask, believe, receive. And I know this is like just the tip of the iceberg, because believe me, we could go so much deeper. And as I said before, like the best investment you can make is investing in yourself. Now, I say that because I'm actually walking the talk. I do this myself as well. I invest in me. I have my own coach as well that I still work with today. And I have worked with many coaches over the years. And it is seriously the best thing. Like just before, I was having a little bit of like this with one of my sons. Like we were just like hitting up against each other, not physically, but just the emotional. And it was great to have these tools that I've learned supposedly for my business, but I can implement this into my everyday life. So it was great because I just stepped back. Gerry, what would you love in this circumstance? What would you love in this scenario? And really doing a 3-3-3 in my own mind. Well, you know that, you know, yelling or anything like that doesn't work. You know that buying into his crying isn't working or isn't great for you. So maybe just hold the space for him. See that he needs more love and attention from you. Maybe he just needs less pressure. So know that all of these tools you can not only use in your business, you can use in your personal life as well. And it's so cool because I'm also sharing this with my kids as well. And they are growing and flourishing. And oh, it's a bit scary when they use that information back on me, but it's also awesome. So please reach out, book in a call, or send me a message. You know, tell me if you liked listening to this, if you love the information, what you want to know more about. Do you want to know more about manifesting? Do you want to know more about energetically creating the space to become more productive and achieving more in less time, working smarter, not harder? Do you want to know how to overcome overwhelm? So it's not even something in your vocabulary. Do you want to know when you do hit a low, how to actually navigate your way out of that? Not to be ecstatically happy, because that's unrealistic for us to be on a happy all the time. So even, you know, I just shared before, like I was having an issue with one of my children and I really had to check myself. what are you doing, Gerry? What do you need to express? And I journaled stuff down as well. I needed to really get it out and express it as well. So this isn't always about like, oh, positive, positive. This is like giving you the tools and strategies that you can use in your everyday life to just live the best life you can possibly live, be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be in that point of time, giving you the tools and strategies. So I love it. Working smarter and belief. Thanks, Aggie. I love it. Ooh, I've got something else brewing. So you guys will find out in a couple of weeks. Just another, workshop I'm putting on for business owners, and really focusing around that work smarter, not harder, and looking at productivity, looking at the 80-20 rule and bringing all of that in, but coming from a coaching perspective. So yeah, the mindset. Thank you, beautifuls. Thank you so much for just jumping on here with me, holding the space with me. I really appreciate letting me show up in my pajamas. Mwah, love it, love it. But have a beautiful Friday. Reach out. I've got a few people I'm chatting to tomorrow, which I absolutely can't wait. And yeah, have a fantastic, a prosperous and abundant weekend. Mwah. Toodles.